The Great Blackout. Imagine you're sitting in your living room. Suddenly, the power goes out. Your phone is dead, your laptop is a black brick, and even the streetlights are dark. For a few seconds, there is a pulse of genuine primal fear, but you just reach for a flashlight or wait for the grid to kick back in. Now, imagine that the sun goes down and there is no backup. The world doesn't just get dark, it turns into a pitch-black void where you can't see your own hand in front of your face. For 99% of human history, the night wasn't just a time for sleep. It was a second, more dangerous world. So, you're an ancient human. The sun has dipped below the horizon, and the predators are waking up. What do you do for the next 12 hours? How did we survive, and even thrive, in a world before the light bulb? The original Netflix. The first thing you do is head for the hub. For hundreds of thousands of years, the campfire was the only thing standing between you and the dark. Just as we've discussed how ancient humans used mammoth bones for heat, fire was your life support system. But fire wasn't just for warmth, it was your original Netflix. When you sit around a fire at night, your brain does something incredible. Anthropologists have found that daytime talk in hunter-gatherer groups is usually business. Who's hunting what, where the water is. But at night, the conversation shifts. Around the fire, 80% of the talk becomes storytelling. You tell myths, you gossip about the tribe, and you pass down survival tips through legends. This is where human culture was actually born. While the world outside the light was terrifying, the world inside the glow was where we became human, prehistoric nightlife. But you aren't just talking. Just as we see in archaeological records of ancient humans drinking alcohol, or even smoking weed to alter their states of mind, the night was a time for social bonding. You might pass around a communal drink made of fermented honey or berries. You might play a flute carved from a vulture bone, or a mammoth tusk. We found instruments dating back 40,000 years, and they weren't played while chasing a deer. They were played at night. In the dark, your other senses sharpen. The music sounds deeper, the stories feel more real, and the social bond of the tribe becomes a physical shield against the predators lurking in the shadows. You aren't just passing time. You are building the hypersocial brain that allowed our species to survive while others vanished. The first and second sleep. Here is the weirdest part. You probably didn't sleep the way we do now. Modern humans try to get a solid 8 hours of monophasic sleep. But before electricity, you likely practiced segmented sleep. You'd go to bed shortly after dusk for your first sleep. Then, around midnight, you'd wake up. For 2 or 3 hours, the camp would be quietly active. This was the dead of night, but for you, it was a time of productivity. You'd tend the fire, reflect on your dreams, or, as historical records suggest, this was considered the best time for family expansion. Then, you'd drift off for your second sleep until dawn. Our modern insomnia, where we wake up at 2 a.m. in panic, might actually just be our ancient biology trying to return to this natural, prehistoric rhythm. The sky as a map. Without light pollution, your night sky doesn't have a few stars. It has millions. To you, the sky isn't just pretty. It's a GPS and a holy book. You've learned that when the Great Bear is in a certain position, the rains are coming. You've mapped the entire universe with nothing but your eyes. The night was when you practiced your science. You tracked the moon to understand the tides and the seasons, turning a terrifying void into a predictable calendar. You also use this time to look inward. Many of the cave paintings we find are deep in the back of caves, where no sunlight reaches. You went there at night, with a small stone lamp filled with animal fat, to paint the spirits you saw in your dreams. The long shadow. We think we've conquered the night with our LEDs and our 24/7 cities, but the truth is, the night still owns us. That urge you feel to scroll through your phone at 2 a.m., that's just the ghost of the segmented sleep, looking for a story. That feeling of comfort you get from a flickering candle, that's your ancient brain remembering the safety of the campfire. We spent 200,000 years in the dark before we ever found the light. And in that dark, we didn't just hide. We dreamed, we sang, and we told the stories that defined who we are today. So tonight, when you turn off the lights, don't just see the void. See the workshop where humanity was built.